Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the gaming community. So how gaming is collapsing in 2026. So let's get into it. I never made such video before and I never follow script. So I did research and came up with a script. So I come up with legit information and with all the information, correct information. So I will not look into the camera all the time. I will read the script which I wrote basically by saying all the points. So let's get started. So let's start with Electronic Arts, which got acquired by PIF and Saudi and investors in August 2025, 29, sorry, 29 September 2025. So it got acquired by Saudi, PIF and investors, and so much mess happened after that. So let me tell you. Electronic Arts. The PIF takeover and cancellations. The biggest shocker recently was the 55 billion acquisition of Electronic Arts by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners in late 2025 on September 29. The shopping spree after going private, the, restruct- the restructuring was ruthless. Reports indicate around 13 games in development were shelved or stopped to focus on high margin franchises like Electronic Arts, Sports, FC, Apex, etc. NFS and more. The Need for Speed franchise has been reportedly been shelved for the foreseeable future as the studio Stritrion Stritrion Trion was redirected to support battlefield recovery. Layoffs. Electronic Arts cut roughly 5 to 7% of its force, over 600 people, just before the acquisition finalized to lean out the company. And this is what happened like right before the acquisition and right after the acquiring and getting acquired by PF and like, the you know other investors basically. And let's now talk about Ubisoft. Ubisoft studio shutdowns and dead IPs. Ubisoft is in a massive recognition phase. Ubisoft is in a massive reorganization phase, like studio closures. In early 2026, Ubisoft confirmed the closure of at least five studios, including Ubisoft Halifax, as they split the company into five creative houses. Watch Dogs is dead. Insider like Tom Henderson confirmed that Watch Dogs is officially discontinued. Watch Dogs Legion performed so poorly financially that Ubisoft has no plans for fourth game, effectively killing the IP. Cancellations. The recently cancelled six upcoming games, including the long-troubled Prince of Persia, the Sand of Time remake, etc. So even the Ubisoft is struggling a lot. Like as you know, like it shut down like more than seven studios, something like that. In the past few years, it is struggling financially. It was, you know, focusing on cutting down and the budget and trying to save money, and it was focusing on the budget since a very long time now. And let's just get into Activision, and let's just talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 7 first. The Call of Duty the Black Ops 7 disaster. You are right about the stats. Black Ops 7 is being called the franchise's lowest point since the original Modern Warfare era. The stats Steam data showed only Steam data showed Black Ops 7 sold only 4 lakh 1,000 copies in its first month compared to Black Ops 6 at 2.3 million in the same window. So in the first month, Black Ops 6 sold 2.3 million copies, but Black Ops 7 sold only 4 lakh 1,000 copies in the first month, which is that is an 80% drop in an concurrent players. Why? Fatigue. It was the first time Call of Duty released two games from the same sub-series, Black Ops, back to back, and the rest is history. And so many people were actually were trolling that the team was filled with females, and that was the reason. And the cat cafe thing, and the guy who is like my monster, the bombs were coming out of his mind. I also uploaded it. YouTube short about it. And if you want to check out the gameplay, I uploaded it into 4 parts, basically the full gameplay, Black Ops 7. So if you want to see it, it's on my channel. And like, let's talk about biggest news. Like, it it made me sad. Like, like gaming is getting worse day by day. Like, I am so scared and like sad at the same time. I always wanted to become a gamer, like by profession, like not by profession, by since childhood, but I always used to love gaming since childhood. Like, I started gaming at the age of 2. My cousin used to have a PC, so we used to game. Like, I don't have any sense. Like, I don't know what am I playing. They just used to tell me like what to do. I just used to do those, like clicking the keyboard keys. That's all. So, like, I grew up in this gaming environment. I became esports player and what. So suddenly, like seeing all this, like recently, like few years back, even Apex Legends Mobile got discontinued. It's no longer with us. And let's talk about the Warzone Mobile of Activision, which is being discontinued from this year, April 17th, which is very sad for gamers because so many people really loved Warzone Mobile. Like, it still has very good fan base compared to like Call of Duty Mobile Classic, because Call of Duty Mobile Classic is getting lot of hate for concentrating on money and concentrating on female characters and like weird stuff like skins and the collaborations. People are really not happy with them. And yeah, those were the reasons people shifted to the Warzone Mobile 2 years back on like March 17th, it seems, as if I remember. So, sorry, March 21st, 2024. And now this is sad news, but yeah, it has so many issues also. Like, in the start, it has login issues, and like the game completely relied on your internet. So if you don't have a good Wi-Fi connection or internet, like it used to suffer a lot. Like, a lot of glitches, bugs were also there, and like the graphics was problematic to so many people. So yeah, they are shutting down, and like some people are happy with it, some people are very sad with it. The cult fan base of the Warzone Mobile is absolutely like in like disbelief. Like, they already seen it coming because it's not a sudden decision. They have been saying it like since a while now, but still it was shocking, and we can't do anything about it right now anymore. So let's talk about it once again. Warzone Mobile shut down in a massive blow to mobile gamers. Activision officially announced that Warzone Mobile servers will shut down on April 17, 2026 after failing to meet revenue expectations. This was the thing. So everything is now focused on the revenue. So it's a business, obviously. So everyone is focusing on the business, and we have to lose our favorite games. We can't do really anything about it. Let's just talk about the Rockstar, which is like currently trending since years now, and especially after the announcement of GTA 6, and like it's still, we never know when will the GTA 6 really release. So, Rockstar Games, the GTA 6 pre-launch layoffs. Even the Giants aren't safe. Despite GTA 6 being the most anticipated game ever, the layoffs in late 2025, Rockstar fired roughly 34 to 40 employees across the UK and Canada. And it became a quite controversy. Like, people said, like, we will not play because they were firing employees, and like the employees also like did a strike in front of the Rockstar office, and like it became a controversy. The controversy, Rockstar claimed gross misconduct related to internal Slack leaks, but unions IWGB have accused them of union busting to keep workers from organizing before the GTA 6 launch. Crunch hits its peak for the May 2026 launch. Let me come again. I think I messed it up. The controversy, Rockstar claimed gross misconduct related to internal Slack leaks, but unions IWGB have accused them of union busting to keep workers from organizing before the GTA 6 crunch hits its peak for the May 2026 launch. So this thing, and like we never know like when will the GTA 6 release, and like recently, because it is now in a testing phase, I can officially confirm because I had some you know uh, confirmation from the officials. I have some context. So I got the information that it is currently officially in in the testing phase. So you might see more clips of GTA 6 getting leaked, but it is by Rockstar itself, obviously, and like you will not get really like a lot of footage getting leaked. Like it will be very limited, obviously, because few are like original leaks, and like we never know like if it really gets leaked by someone else also at the same time, because we could not figure it out. And I mean, like we cannot figure it out. My grammar is poor. Like I'm making video after a long while in English, so please bear with it. And the Battlefield 6 versus Arc Raiders flop. Man, I have to talk about this. Like, like I don't know we can say this or not. Like Battlefield 6 was most anticipated game in 2025, kind of, and like most people will agree it's not even a debatable thing. Like most anticipated game for 2025, it was a cult game, cult classic, and like everyone was eagerly waiting after such flops in the series. And yeah, it standard to the you know expectations, meet the expectations of the view like fan base, but still it got flopped. How it went, like let me tell you. So it released on October 10th, sorry. It released on October 10th, 2025, and its beta testing started on August. Like basically everyone got access to play it and like experience it before buying. So I also played it, and like playtesting was also like went really well. The bugs were there. Yeah, like even while the beta testing phase, like there were a lot of bugs. Like everyone was making video around it, were making videos around it. And yeah, let's talk about it more. Battlefield 6 2025 attempted was redemption arc, but was crushed by Arc Raiders. The drop within 2 months of launch. Battlefield 6 lost 85% of its player base. So what happened, as you know, October 7th, October 7th is my birthday. That's why I'm getting confused. So October 10th, it got released. It was anticipated, but it was still, people were thinking, like, don't pre-purchase. That was a meme circulating. Like everyone was saying, don't pre-purchase the game, like let it release. And so many people bought it, and like everyone was keep farming it. Everyone was getting views, crazy amount of views, watching everywhere. Like it was all over the internet, Reddit, Instagram, X, and YouTube, everywhere. Everyone is talking about it, like streaming platforms like Twitch, everywhere. And suddenly the game enters in the December called Arc Raiders, and everything changes in the game. Everyone shifted to Arc Raiders because like Arc Raiders is such a different game. It has a different concept from Battlefield 6. The players, which like 85% of its player base lost due to Arc Raiders, and the players who shifted to Arc Raiders were saying that Battlefield 6 is definitely a cult classic and it is good. We really enjoyed it. It is cinematic, but we have to play the same game repetitively, limited maps, and etc. But it's getting crazy, and like even let's get back into Rockstar a bit. So Rockstar, the classic Red Dead Redemption 3 is also under developing. So are you really excited about Red Dead Redemption Part 3? Because Part 2 was a classic, even though Part 1 was a first series, but Part 2 is a classic till date, and like everyone like is still playing it, clip farming it, and like still getting views. And like so many people made career out of it. So let's just talk about it a bit more. Like I'm talking about the rivalry of it, Arc Raiders and like Battlefield. The rival. Meanwhile, Arc Raiders from many former Battlefield developers at Embark retained 91% of its players, proving that the Battlefield formula has moved elsewhere. So it proved itself. It got 91. It retained 91% of its players, and it got success. And like it's still enjoying the success and adding few maps, giving updates basically. PC hardware, the triple threat. PC hike. If you are building a PC in February 2026, it's a nightmare. RAM, SSD prices, graphics card prices for prices for DDR RAM and NVMe SSDs have spiked 20 to 50% due to AI companies. As you know, Nvidia invested in ChatGPT, and that's why these prices are hiking, and so many big companies are investing in AI, Gemini competition, and also Amazon is investing in it. So all the chaos, and Microsoft also, because of all these companies like investing in the AI, this is what happening, and we are suffering due to this. Due to AI companies, Nvidia, Microsoft buying all the NAND and DRAM supply, GPU prices, VRAM shortages mean the upcoming RTX 5090 is projected to hit $5,000 in some markets, with lower end cards seeing monthly incremental increases. Like I bought my PC in August 2025, which is August 13th, and my RAM costed me like 4K. That's all, which is DDR5 RAM 16 GB. Now it costs around the starting price is 16.5K. My graphics card, which is MSI 5060, 8 GB RAM, I think. Yeah, 8 GB RAM, which costed me for 34,000. Now it is like 45,000 and more. So this is what happening. I didn't check out SSD. I think SSD also hiked. Yeah, around 20 to 30%, something like that. It's still growing. SSD is also getting affected now. And let's also talk about the esports bad news, because if we are talking about gaming, and how can we miss esports? So esports bad news. The Esports Winter. Massive organizations like Senators and 100 Thieves have faced significant layoffs and downsizing of their rosters because of sponsorships have dried up. League closures. Several regional leagues over Overwatch and Apex Legends have been quietly shuttered as publishers move towards cheaper online-only tournament structures. So this is what happening in the esports. So they are not making big tournaments anymore. They are looking into the cheaper options like online only tournament structures, because it's costing them a lot of money if they are doing lands and shit. And people, the companies can't recover the money and get profit out of it, because it's obviously a business. That's what they want, the profit and the return. Everyone wants profit and return, because how it is, how is the market currently, globally, not even not even just in India. Even my hair looks very weird. And let's also talk about the esports, the thing which I said, downsizing for the rosters because of sponsors have dried up. Sponsors, I don't know, have you seen this change? I don't know about the global the global gaming community, but you know after 2019, the Geo came into the internet scene, and the Geo prices, it set a market price very low. Everyone shifted to Geo, and it became a internet revolution. Geo brought an internet revolution, and lockdown, so much peak we have seen in Indian gaming in this era, since 2019, and it lasted around until 2023, something like that. Now again, globally also, sponsors are no longer seeing potential in esports anymore, as an investment. And even in gaming, gaming company stocks also are dropping really quick. I don't know what's happening. Did they invest all the black money to turn white in the lockdown or something like that, and suddenly stopped investing? What's happening in the market? I really have no idea. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And let's talk about the Ubisoft again. Let's get back to it. Ubisoft massive international strike. February 2026, this year, recently, like as I mentioned, that studio closures, the biggest bad news right now is that over 1,200 employees, 1,200 Ubisoft employees went on a global strike just last week on February 10th and 12th. They were protesting the mandatory 5-day return to office policies and years to stagnant pay despite the restructuring I mentioned. The impact this has further delayed their creative houses transi- transition and put the development of Far Cry 7 Assassin's Creed codename Hexi in jeopardy. Jeopardy, whatever it is. Like, please understand it. Jeopardy. Jeopardy, whatsoever. And the AAA price hike to $80. So the previous AAA title prices, right? Like AAA title games prices, like it was under like 70 to $80 price range, like under $70, like around $70. The major point I'm talking about is the death of the $70 game. The AAA title games are no longer $70 or under $70. In early 2026, several publishers started pushing standard editions to $80. The backlash this has led to the impatient gaming movement, where players are officially boycotting new releases until they hit a 50% discount, causing those day one sales drop, as you saw with the Black Ops 7. Sony's China Hero Project disappointment. Let's talk about the Sony also. So, as I mentioned, bad news across the PC and console community. Soul, Lost Soul aside, after years of hype, it finally released in late 2025, early 2026 was a critical flop. It was supposed to be Sony's big answer to Black Myth Wukong, but it launched with horrid English, horrid English dubs, performance issues, and hollow gameplay, effectively killing the hype for Sony's investment in China, Chinese indies. And yeah, like it Lost Soul aside, like really flopped. It was supposed to be the competition for like answer to the Myth, like Black Myth Wukong and all. But the terrible English dubs, the performance issues, and the hollow gameplay, like people really didn't like it. And like yeah, the rest is history, as you are seeing still. You didn't even saw because it's happening right now. And hardware. Let's talk about the hardware. The memory famine. As I mentioned, SSD GPU prices were hiking for a specific reason, like spiking for a specific reason due to AI. So Western Digital has reportedly sold out its entire shortage storage capacity for 2026 only 7 weeks into the year. Steam Deck casualty. The 26 GB LCD Steam Deck has officially been discontinued because Valve cannot get the memory chips at the price that makes sense. If you want a handheld or a PC upgrade, you are paying the AI tax because Nvidia and Microsoft are outbidding gamers for the same parts. These are the companies which we made by using. Now everyone is just hating them. These were the reasons. Like Nvidia, we made it. We gamers made it by supporting it, by purchasing it, everything. And like now it's just betraying us to buy its own graphics card. We want to buy Nvidia graphics card, and like its prices are getting spiked because of Nvidia investing into ChatGPT and like AI. Like why? You're betraying gamers. And like same with the Microsoft. Like Windows, we started like our desktops were Windows since the start, since our childhood, since we started the PC gaming. And like now Microsoft is completely messed up. That's why so many people love Linux right now, and especially because of all these issues in the gaming community and like, the prices and the market, and like everyone is financially broke and unemployed, most of the people in this generation. That's why they are preferring to get the pirated version of the games. Have you got any pirated version of the games which are recent releases? Let me know. Fit for a reason. Like obviously, like so many. I haven't done like any pirated, like downloaded any pirated game yet, but I might, man. Like the market is so bad. Like I don't want to purchase. Like you know, there's a saying also like which is circulating a lot. Like if purchasing is not owning, like previously, as you know, like there were CDs. If you once purchase it, you own it. But now it's everything digital. So even if you purchase a game, you are just getting access to play it, and that's all. The company can anytime revoke your access to play the game. So you are not owning anything. You are just renting it. So this is what happening with everything. Previously, our parents used to purchase homes. Now we are just renting flats. So this is what happening globally. So we are not able to purchase anything anymore. We are not able to own anything anymore due to this change, government or whatsoever. We can only rent and lend these things. So this is the harsh reality. What you know, like what you think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments for sure. And esports, the great exit. Funding drop. Private funding for esports teams is down 55% in early 2026 alone. The venture capital era is over. Investors are pulling out because most teams are still not profitable. Expect more teams to shut down their Valorant and League of Legends rosters by the end of this year. Summary, the table of my video chapters. Category, the bad news. This is what happening. So I shouldn't have said that. Like I was reading the script, like I cut it into parts. So my bad. And let's just talk about something else, like again like Ubisoft a bit. Again we have to get into esports, and especially I will talk about the Indian esports scene a bit because I have been an esports player. And like, let's also talk about the international esports scene also, because I know some crazy dark shit has been like I have been exposed to. So I will also share about that. Like you know, like I I don't know I can say this like uh I think my video can get restricted or something like that. So I will use some different words. So predators have been increased and like getting influenced by the foreign creators, foreign gamers, and the foreign esports communities. And like predators have been seen in also seen in Indian esports community by getting influenced by Western community of esports players, and also the consumption of the powders and stuff like the like which are injurious to health. I hope you understand like the green leaves and stuff. So like also chatting with toys. Like I hope you get it. Like I can say child, right? Like yeah, talking with like chatting with the childs, like minors and all, like doing weird stuff with them, and, like chatting with them. As you know, being reported in the esports community, in Western community. I don't know it's that main line, like mainstream news yet or not, but in Indian communities it has been seen multiple times. So it's far more worse than you think. That's why I quit esports. The community is very toxic. Gaming is like really bad. Like so many, shady dark people are there. Like not colored dark. Man, crazy man. Like once you get to know about your influencer, these influencers, and like the you know dark side of these people, like the real personality of these people who you idealize and glaze, and like you defend them on internet, you might get scared of them. I'm not even saying that hate. You will hate them, you will dislike them or something like that. You will be scared of what they are. You can't even imagine that kind of stuff they are doing. And like some people are really good and some people are really kind, and like back in like without taking any credits, and like behind the scenes they are helping a lot of people. And yeah, mm, I was talking about the Ubisoft, right? The restructuring nightmare. The exact numbers: in January 2026 Ubisoft announced a clean slate overhaul. They are shutting down 5 specific studios: Halifax, Canada; Stockholm, Stockholm, Sweden; Liam Lim, Liam Tin. So I have this fat tongue, so it's hard for me to pronounce, even though I'm pretty good fluently speaking in English, but that's the reason. Okay, bear with me. It's in UK, Leamington, Osaka, Japan, and Saint Anthony, Montreal. The cancellations, these officially killed 6 games in development, That includes, as I previously also said, the Prince of Persia: Sands of the Time remake, which had been in development hell for 6 years, and several unannounced projects. Watch Dogs 3 Lenient, you were right. Like I am, I am right. It is dead internally. They have moved to remaining team to the Assassin's Creed Infinity Hub because they don't believe the Watch Dogs brand is commercially viable anymore. Let's talk about the Electronic Arts and the PIF buyout again, 2025 and September 2025 and early 2026. The shopping shut down since the 55 billion acquisition by the Saudi PIF-led consortium. The focus has shifted entirely to the high revenue sports, the casualty list. Around 13 games were shut down or halted. Most notable, the Need for Speed series is an officially on indefinite hiatus. And the mobile versions of Plants vs. Zombies and the Star Wars games were delisted to save on server costs. So this is what happening. Everyone wants to save their money, and like everyone is not getting their money back and on their investments, and not even getting their money back. I'm not even talking about the profits which they expected. So these were the reasons these games are getting shelved or cancelled or halted whatsoever. So yeah, I'm not a professional YouTuber always like being looking in camera and like talking seriously and all. I wanna be real. I wanna be myself. I have imperfections that what make me who I am. No one is perfect. The world is not white. The world is not black. The world is grey. I am also grey. So no one is white or grey. I'm good. I'm bad. So I'm grey. I'm in between. I will show my side when the time comes. So it's as simple as that. But I'm not a predator. I'm happy with that. I'm really good with children. But yeah, like children really love me. Since childhood I used to love playing with children, but not these kind of people, man. Like chatting with minors and like doing some crazy shit, bro, which I can't even imagine. Especially because I love children and like hang out like cute little souls. Like they don't even know about this shit, about this cruel world, and like getting exposed to this shit. At least like they are not child. Like mostly they message the minors. At least they have sense. They like they say this stuff to like share this stuff to the trusted adults, like it can be their sisters, cousins, or parents. So yeah, at least they are getting saved, man. Stay safe if you are on internet, especially like don't let your children, if you have children, and like I'm not talking about this video, let me complete this. So don't let your children or like your sister or siblings go so ever, if they are under 18, like if they are still minors, and like if they are not mature enough. So don't let them use internet much, and also like stuffs like Omi.tv, Omegle, and Reddit, because I have been exposed to all this shit. I'm 19 now. So, in this series of being exposed, getting exposed to it and using it, I got traumatized multiple times because it's too much information, like, and getting to know about the world really good. And if you have really a hard, strong heart, you can bear all these, you know, stones which get hit, like sudden shocks and all. Like, you will get to know, like, what's the real world is. So yeah, like don't let them use the internet much and like explore it, because if you let them use, like they will get too exposed to this with or without knowing it. So yeah, please protect your people, bro. Like like especially, man, like I hate this like gays, man. Like I want to be like very, like I want to point this out. I don't know, like recently people, very less people are talking about it on Reddit, but I want to say this, like man, gays are like becoming like very common. I feel like they are not even scared of anyone anymore to identify themselves as gays. So I'm really scared. Like suddenly I was on Reddit, I got a text. He was texting, and like suddenly I got to know about his intentions, and like he said some stuff to me that he would do to me. Like it really traumatized me even as a 19-year-old. Like I was 18, I think, at the time. It was before my birthday in October last year. Like, man, people traumatize you for no reason. Like, you know, I'm not even scared of seeing blood and accident. Have seen, like, my grandfather died in front of me by getting choked on food. I've seen blood. I've seen animals getting cut. I have seen deadly accidents like brain coming out. I've seen them fat, brain, everything. But man, these were some things traumatize you even though your heart is strong whatsoever. Man, so like even if you're in a friend circle or making new guys friends, you never know someone is not a guy in the group and the gay. So please be careful because they are portraying themselves as guys and like they are disguising themselves as guy and like they were doing some weird kind of shit, man. Bro, I have never seen this before, man. Like I have recently experienced this. Like like you can still see that trauma in my eyes. I'm really not healed from it. Like what? Like I thought like females are not safe in this world, like not even this country. I thought like females are not safe in this world, like especially in the vulnerable like childs like with no knowledge and like no experience about this real world. Even though like getting exposed to this real world and being a male and like seeing all this stuff and suddenly man, that was crazy. Let's get back to the video. Call of Duty. The worst performance stats of Black Ops 7. It is officially the worst selling mainline Call of Duty since 2008 World at War in the USA. It finished the year fifth in sales, trailing behind Battlefield 6, Hunter Wilds, and Borderlands 4. I hope you get it. My English is kind of bad. Warzone Mobile. This is big bad news. As I mentioned, like the servers are getting shut down, and like, yeah, why am I repeating this shit? I wanted to talk about the layoffs. Yeah, 34 veteran employees. That was a main problem. Like those were not even like new hires. 34 veteran employees were laid off from Rockstar. That was a main issue. And as I told you everything about it. And let's talk about the Indian market for my Indian audience. Obviously, who are the most of the audience? For me, like Indian audience is the most viewing audience. So the 2025 Online Gaming Act by government basically banned most real money gaming formats, leading to massive joblesses, job losses. Sorry, job losses in the Indian esports and startup ecosystem. By Online Gaming Act basically affected Indian esports scene and job losses because let me tell you, even if you are from anywhere else from India or from India, so let me explain the structure in India basically. So most of the sports, let's talk about let's start it with the real money games and like this act. So this act basically banned all the real money games which involved real money get a thar or 1 crore rupees for just 1 rupee, sign up and like bet on your team, like betting apps, gambling apps, fantasy apps, poker, rummy and all, like the color trading and lot of stuff like different kind of games. So like people are really losing money and gambling it in it without thinking anything about it, even though they there are disclaimers by saying like be cautious, like be aware that you are losing real money and you know understand the consequences of it. So it's just like the cigarette pack. There's it's clearly written on the pack that it will cause cancer, but still people will use it, consume it, and smoke it. So so many people were relied on it like influencers are getting sponsored by it and making huge projects, their dream projects and big videos, giveaways and shit. And sports also was getting sponsored by it, like even Indian jersey had a sponsor of this fantasy app, like it was fantasy plus betting app. So yeah, like it holded a really big share in the gaming community because it came under gaming, and like so many people were doing well by getting money from it. So many were losing all their life savings in this because of this, and that's why the government pulled this out. Like they released this act, and like it really affected the market. And obviously, because of its, there are giant companies like gambling, betting, and fantasy. They completely stopped it, but because of these activities being stopped, like so many who are working for these companies lost their jobs, and yeah, and it, you know, Indian esports community didn't have any big sponsors like Monsters and thing like West. So its major sponsors was these betting, gambling, and like fantasy apps. So after this government act, like so many YouTube, sorry, not YouTubers, like not yeah, influencers also lost their brand deals from these companies and a lot of money, and celebrities, and obviously the esports community lost their sponsors. So it affected a lot, especially in India, after especially Indian gaming community. And yeah, the funding crash. Global venture capital for esports teams dropped 55% this year. Many teams are walking away from games that they don't make instant profit. Everyone came here to make instant profit, right? Like, and also gaming became very expensive. If you start an esports team, like you have to like pay a lot of tax to the your team, your government, and you have to maintain it. You have to buy a facility like an what we call boot camp, and you have to set up it, and like so many workers you have to hire for it, and like electricity bill, wi-fi bill, cook, the bill for the cook, security, lot of stuff like for the content creation, for the maintenance, everything, a lot of stuff. So like also for the analyst, coach, all of this shit. Some people even hire like a foreign, like a like hire coaches from overseas, so that lost even more. That's that costs them even more money than usual. So yeah, people are not making instant profit or even long term profit. That's why they are walking away from the games. As you've seen, like Call of Duty Mobile also has been, like few big teams like Wolves and like some other Chinese team also, I think, walked away in 2025 by saying like it is no longer profitable for us, so we are not playing Call of Duty Mobile esports anymore. We are not participating in this anymore. And uh, so, how the Online Gaming Act broke esports? So, the act technically targets real money gaming (RMG), which is real money gaming like Dream 11 or poker, but he- here is why it destroyed the professional esports scene anyway. The sponsorship vacuum in India, RMG companies were the biggest sponsors for sports and esports teams and the tournaments. When the act and the 28% GST hit, those companies lost billions. They immediately cut all the sponsorship deals with teams like Godlike Soul and the others in the gray area. Fear because the act blurs the distinction between skill and chance. Like it also majorly depend on like these games are not even like dependent on skill. It was based on luck. So yeah, luck and chance. Between skill and chance, big global brands like Red Bull or Monster became hesitant to invest in Indian tournaments, fearing they might accidentally get caught in legal trouble. Investor exits. Funding for Indian gaming startups dropped 90% from 610 million in 2022 to just 55 million in 2025. Without RMG money fueling the fire, there is no cash to pay players high salaries. Esports like tier 1 uh, teams base salary is like around 1 lakh per month. So like high maintenance boot camps and lot of shit. So due to those, it's no longer profitable for them, and like because of all these ecosystem like getting collapsed, they are really struggling. And like as I told you, like gaming is collapsing in 2026 really bad globally, and especially in India, it's getting even worse for us. Bro, we haven't seen a peak also. We just seen growing, just like India's development. We have just seen growing since we were growing. We grow, but India's development is still growing. It never became developed. Like I am not taking shots on government, but like that's the reality, man. I have learned in school that India is a developing country, US is a developed country, and I'm still learning India is a developing country. Bro, even I developed a bit in life. Like yeah, obviously like a lot of changes came, like internet revolution, like bridges, projects, infrastructure, and a lot of things changed. But I'm talking about the common people, like normal people, like you know everyone's monthly income, annual income is like being increased and all of this, which is not happening at all, and like it even decreased compared to the previous generation. So because I mean compared to the inflation adjusted, because our previous generation has like around the same salaries or even less. Some even had more, but they had more purchasing power. And yeah, the Quadam Exodus, Wolves and beyond. The situation with Wolves Esports is a perfect example of the Esports Winter. Wolves is a China team of Call of Duty Mobile. Despite being the 2023 World Champions and 2025 China Master winners, they have faced massive roster instability. Key players like King and Peg left in February 2026, and the team is struggling to keep a consistent lineup. Why are they walking out? Profitability. Even a world-class team like Wolves, excuse me, costs more to run, travel, housing, salaries, like especially the traveling costs also for land tournaments, all and all of this, like traveling, housing, and salary. These are the biggest things. You need guidance a lot, man. Like no, without having a godfather, without even having a mentor and a back, like someone big, like with financially also, like also economically knowing the market, who is in the scene, who is in the like in the industry, it will really help you a lot. Just be kind, just be real. They will find you. That's what I want to say. Like even like CIA, RAW, and all these agencies also, it's the same. If they saw you like patriotic enough and like good enough, they will hire you out of nowhere. Even if you don't expect them to hire you, or like even if you're not searching for it, you can get a mission. It's just like that. If you are good enough, kind enough, you are grounded, and you are always ready to learn, always ready to help someone without expecting anything in back, they will find you, like someone, some billionaire, uh, some millionaire will find you and help you out, like not financially, because they never want to make you feel weak, or they never want to give you the feeling that they help you financially. So they will never give you financially like backing, but they will give you advices which will make your life even better than the finances which they can provide. So never expect money from them. Expect the knowledge, because knowledge is more precious, and like in the long run, knowledge wins than the money, because money is not stable, my friend. Uh, Market fluctuates, and your money, your assets can drop, but the knowledge is divine. And yeah, even the world class teams like Wolves cost more to run, traveling, housing, salaries than they win in prize pools. So that's what happening. Like, the prize pools which they are winning is not equivalent to what they are spending to get there. So they're getting lost, kind of. They are not even getting the return or profits. So obviously, everyone wants returns and profits, which is not happening in this case. So yeah, they quit the game. I'm really looking forward for Valorant esports, and I also thought about getting back into esports, but esports and gaming is going to get more better and worse at the same time. I don't wanna really talk about it much, but you know, it's gonna be weird. You wanna rent everything soon, like even a console, even a PC, you have to rent everything, even a game. But at the same time, if you have the right knowledge and if you are doing at the right place, you can make a lot of money with it. I'm not even talking about like you can also rent console and PC, and like you can make money like without even investing at all, without even having money. Like you have to just be in the right place with the right knowledge. That's all. And I don't want to make it suspense, so I want to make it clear. So basically, I'm talking about uh, you know triple A title games which are in trend is going to do well in the long run. So do clip farming, do streams around it when it's relevant. That's all. How to you know some people play in the long run and make billions. Some people play short and make millions still. But you can't compare that. You can stay. You could have stayed and like you could also get a billion and like you could have became a billion. He took the risk because he's already a millionaire and he can lose millions. He's ready for it. He's ready for the risk. You are not. So keep that in mind. So not everyone is ready to play in the long run. So sometimes playing for short terms and like winning big is also good. Or even like winning pretty good. Not even big. Not every time. I hope someone find this video really interesting and like knowledgeable. As I told you about getting the games and like Wolves also. With the Warzone Mobile shutting down in April, Activision is clearly shifting focus, leaving the Call of Duty Mobile competitive scene feeling abandoned. Other walkouts: Los Ratnos Europe, founded by streamer Cadril. Cadril. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. My tongue and like my brain is not good, so I'm not bad at pronouncing also. So they just shut down this week, February 2026. If a team with that much fan support can't survive, tier two is basically dead. Yeah, mostly, globally and Indians because I had like pretty good contacts because of this guy who helped me out and backed me. Yeah, I have seen this. That I also want to let you know one thing. Yeah, Florida map in GTA 6 going to have crazy Easter eggs. I just wanted to say because I was really happy to uh, uh, get to know a glimpse of it and see a glimpse of it. So yeah, I just wanted to say it because I was proud of seeing that map before anyone else could. And yeah, what I was talking previously, let's get back to it. I was talking about the tier 3 and tier 2 teams. Yeah, mostly people start enthusiastically when they are like friends, a group of friends or a group of random people create a lineup and like if they are doing well, they are winning tournaments and scrims like on local level, local lands, and they slowly get into state level and like win few national levels. They think that we can start a org or like we can start a esports team. Basically, org is different because org has multiple games, multiple lineups, like each has three lineups: tier one, tier two, tier three, and they play in multiple teams, multiple games. So it is an org. Esports team, just one team. It can be one lineup, two lineup, three lineup. So yeah, I can make a full guide on esports also, like how is esports, what is esports, and all. But I don't want to make it because it's no longer relevant. I made it previously, but yeah. Uh, the fat or whatever, like when we stretch them out like this, like a crack sound comes in, like whatever it is, like if you know, explain it to me. Yeah. mm, Walkouts I was saying. So yeah, mostly like people just impulsively take these decisions and start their tier 3 teams. Obviously you have to start with tier 3 even if you have win these local scrims and tournaments and lands and shit. So you have to start with tier 3 after getting certificate from a good like FSN or someone in your country who is doing well. You have to get certificate from them for your team that yeah, he's good enough to go to tier 2, like that. So in tier 3 there will be no salary. You have to share the prize pools which you win, and like you have to also like save the money which you win at the same time a bit for the travel and expenses if you get to get any invites from land tournaments. So you have to save a bit money. You will get no salaries, no coaches, no analysts, nothing in the tier 2. When you get into tier I'm talking about, sorry, tier 3. When you get into tier 2, you can expect few sponsors. You will get salary now, and tier 3 also, like few teams, like if they crack the sponsor, like they will obviously get a pretty decent kind of salary, like compared to entry level. Yeah, decent. Then tier 2, like you can expect sponsors, pretty good money. You are playing tournaments, you will get multiple invites from big tournaments, lands and scrims, etc. And then you will get into tier 1, you will become god. You will think that you are the best player, but you will see the competition, you will get nervous, you will get tensed, like the pressure is on you, the stress is on you, the environment is chaos, the environment is stressful. You have to play and grind a lot more than anyone else to be the number one, to make your team win. So yeah, it's lot of you just get to see those beautiful boot camps with all the facilities and the big swimming pool and all, coaches, analysts, everyone guiding, and like the Wi-Fi, content, group of guys enjoying the life. That's what it seems from outside, but from inside, it's very tough. It's very hard mentally and physically, because you can't really stay sitting and playing for a long time. So you have to move. You have to do different exercise for wrists, especially because if you use mouse for long time, like continuously, or like use mobile for long time, you will get some kind of condition in your wrist. So for that, you would get separate exercises. There are like some people who will guide you with exercises, like even for spine, because you can get like uh, sciatica and like even piles if you stay like long sitting for so much time. So yeah, it's lot of trouble also. It is lot of chaos also, not just money, lifestyle, lavish lifestyle with lot of sponsors, money, tournaments, wins, contacts. No, it's not that good. It's very bad. Obviously, everyone suffers in their own life, but they will obviously not reveal that. Uh, like if I ask someone, I'm looking forward to purchase a car which you want. So, do you have any issues with the car? He says, like, it's fine, it's comfortable. Very less people really say, yeah, this I'm having trouble with it. And by knowing about you, I think you can't really like afford this maintenance, and it's not for you because you are looking for an affordable, like which has like less maintenance and all. So he will give the real suggestion, but not everyone. So you have to look out for the real ones. You will find if you stay real enough and like kind enough to people. So yeah, not thanks for watching yet. I have a few other things to say. Have seen lot in life, man. Like I did freelancing. 95% of freelancers get scammed in India. 90%. You see the rest of the 5% getting succeed online. Like yeah, it's very saturated. Still, so many people need new editors and all, because every other day a new YouTuber gets success and like monetized, and he has a YouTube editor. Like everyone needs an editor in different industries, but it's hard. Most of the clients just do scams. Like even in digital marketing, running ads and all, you get scammed in this freelancing. Like graphic designing, you create logos and all. I was fed up with this shit. I've seen, I've tried and failed in more things than my generation has tried. I got betrayed. I learned. I got to know the real world. I became stronger. I became sharper, which I and so Team Vitality India, they have faced constant visa issues and mismanagement drama, leading many to believe they are scaling back their Quadam operations significantly. The visa disaster, the final nail. This is huge bad news point for my video. So listen carefully. For the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship 2025, India, Change, Godlike, and SATL had to merge their teams because they couldn't get visas for Poland in time. The scandal, the scandal, yeah, the scandal. Next available visa appointments were in May 2026, but the tournament was months earlier. Activision was blamed for not supporting the region or choosing a location that Indian players could actually visit. So this is the summary which I wanted to say. That's all. And yeah, you know, I'm not saying that watch this video completely like in a rush or in one sitting. Watch it slow. Watch it stress free. Watch the whole video. But when you are not in chaos, when you have something else work, you have to go somewhere, not that time, when you're completely free, like this video footage is around like 1.5 hour it seems. So just for 1.5 hour spend this time here, watch this video completely. I'm not just saying this for my watch time, obviously, because I'm also a business minded. I want me to get profit at the same time. I want the complete watch time, but it's not just for that. Understand what I am saying, because some things said it straightforward by saying this is going to collapse, this is going to, according to me, yeah, I don't want to get into legal trouble for advising something related to finances like gaming is going to collapse, this, that. So it is all my delusions and all. Uh, I'm just, pranking people. It's just for fun. So I'm making it clear. So yeah, I don't want to get into legal trouble, man. I did CEC, like I studied law a bit and economics and finances and like commerce. Yeah, I know my shit. And like knowing the basic law is very good for you. So learn basic law and be updated with the laws, like new laws, which will help you a lot getting out of trouble or being safe from the enforcements, law, government, whatsoever. Yeah, thanks for watching. Watch it carefully, listen carefully, and understand what I'm trying to say indirectly. So yeah, thanks for watching and stay safe, stay real.